Bonjour, this is Book 1, Sapir-Whorf Hypothesis, Language Shapes Thought. What is it? The Sapir-Whorf Hypothesis says the language you speak influences how you think and see the world. This idea is also known as linguistic relativity. It is not about grammar or vocabulary, it is about how our language shapes our mind. There are two thinkers, Edward Sapir, an American linguist and anthropologist, anthropology, study of humans. He believed that language influences how people perceive the world. According to him, language is not just for communication, it's a guide for reality. Case study. So, snow words. In Inuit Eskimo languages, there are many words for snow. One for falling snow, one for soft snow, one for snow on the ground, one for melting snow. Because of these many words, Inuit speakers notice more types of snow than someone who only uses one word snow. Indian example, love words in Hindi. Hindi has many words for love. Pyar, mohabbat, ishq, prem. Every word has a slightly different emotional tone. A native Hindi speaker may feel and express emotions in more detailed ways compared to someone who only knows the English word love. So Benjamin Leawoff, a student of Sapir, he took the idea further. He believed language shapes not only thought but behavior. He studied the Hopi language spoken by Native American group in the US. Case study, time in Hopi language. Hopi doesn't divide time into past, present and future like English. Instead, it talks about events based on whether they are manifested, known to exist, or unmanifested, unknown to unknown or expected. Whorf believed this led Hopi speakers to see time as a cycle, not on a timeline. So, Indian example, Sanskrit verbs. Verbs show desire to do something, duty, moral or religious obligation, completion, whether the action is done. This makes speakers more aware of intention, time and responsibility. For example, saying kurtum ichchami means I want to do something. The verb actually already shows intention and desire. Two versions of the hypothesis. Linguistic determinism, strong version, says language determines thought. If your language doesn't have a word or something for something, you can't think about it. Example, Amit and the future. Imagine a boy named Amit speaks a language without future tense. He says, I go to school tomorrow. Not will go, I go to school tomorrow. He may live more in the present and not plan much. Language study and saving money, a real study, found that people who speak languages without a clear future tense like Chinese or Finnish save more money. Why? Because they don't separate now and later strongly, so they treat the future more seriously. Most experts today think this view is too extreme. So now we have a weak version, linguistic relativity only, weak version. It says language influences but doesn't fully control how we think. This is the version most researchers accept today. Real life examples. Colors. Russia versus English. English, one word for blue. Russian, two words. Guluboy, which is light blue. Sini, which is dark blue. Russian speakers are quicker at identifying blue shades. Directions. Australia. This Aboriginal language doesn't use left or right. Speakers say the cup is north of the plate. As a result, they always know which way is north and develop strong spatial awareness. Gendered nouns. Spanish versus German. Spanish, key is feminine and speakers describe it as a beautiful, delicate key. German, key is masculine. Speakers described as a hard, metallic key. Language influences how people describe objects. Indian language examples. Color words in Hindi. Words like Neela, Asmani, Jamuni, Bangani. Hindi speakers may notice and describe subtle color shades more easily than English speakers. Respect in speech. Many Indian languages, Hindi, Tamil, Bengal, use honorifics. Hindi, aap versus tum. Tamil, Neela, Ninga versus ni. This makes speakers more aware of social hierarchy, even in daily talk. Time expression in Hindi. The word kal can mean yesterday or tomorrow. Based on context, the meaning changes. This may lead to cyclical view of time rather than a linear one like in English. So what is the thinker Edward Sapir? His main idea is language affects perception. Means thinking. So Sapir is a main person. So we can give examples for love. Then Benjamin Whorf, his student, he told languages shapes thinking, which is perception, thought, and also behavior. So he talks about Sanskrit verbs express action and intention. So Sapir-Whorf combo, a language shapes world view. So honorifics and time words influence mindset. So what are the final thoughts? Language is not just a tool, it's a lens through which we view the world. It can guide attention, shape habits, and help us notice certain details. Learning other language can open up new ways of thinking and understanding. Why it matters? Helps in translation. We can better understand how meanings shift across languages. Useful in cultural studies. Knowing how people think differently helps in avoiding stereotypes. Aids language learners. You just don't learn grammar, you gain new perspectives. When we learn a new language, you're not learning just words. We are learning a new way of seeing the world. So we have a more extensive answer, Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. What Sapir said. Edward Sapir believed that language is not just a tool to express thoughts, it shapes the way we think. He said that the structure of a language influences a person's perception of reality. Example, if a language has many words for snow, its speakers may notice more types of snow than someone whose language has only one word for it. In Indian context, example in Hindi, there are multiple words for love, prem, mohabbat, pyar, ishq. Each word has slightly different emotional tone. A native Hindi speaker may understand and feel subtle differences in the emotion better than someone whose language uses only one word for love. So what did Whorf say? Benjamin Whorf, Sapir's student, took the idea further. He said that the grammar and vocabulary of a language directly influence how people think and act. So it affects the behavior also, how they act. Not just perception but behavior too. Example, Whorf studied the Hopi language. This we already saw. In Indian context, example in Sanskrit. So Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, this is a combined idea of both Sapir and Whorf. The language you speak affects how you see and understand the world. So there are two versions, the strong version and the weak version. Strong version is language determines thought. This is the hard view or mostly rejected. This is language influences thought, not determines thought. It influences thought, wherein it is accepted by many researchers. So we have some examples here. Then we have one table over here. So Sapir, language influences perception. So many words for love. Whorf, language influences thought and behavior. That is grammar. This what Sanskrit grammar influences thought about action and time. So Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, both together, language shapes how we see the world. Honorifics in Indian languages influence social awareness. So honorifics has the word honor in it. That means when we are using the words like aap in Telugu, meeru, andi, when you give respect, that is honorifics.